Track for the upcoming first race, a claiming pacing event, the purse $7,000. Number 1 is Major Crisis A, owned by Brian Sears, driven by Bruce Ranger. Number 2, Toe Tag, owned by Mike Cushing and Mr. Robin Gray, driven by Drew Monty. Number 3 is Late Night Joke, owned by Mike Eaton, driven by Nick Raffam. Number 4, Chief of Staff, owned by Anthony Scussel. The driver is Sean Gray. King Royalty, number 5, owned by Lawrence Angelo Jr., driven by Kevin Switzer Jr. Number 6 is Image of a Rocker, owned by Anthony Loico, Drew Campbell driving, and number 7, Magnum Force, owned by Mark Bouthier, Jay Randall, in the sulky. Post time for the This field is in motion. They're off and pacing from the inside. Major Crisis A going out for the lead. Moving up on the outside. There goes Image of a Rocker from between horses. Chief of Staff. Toe Tag settles in fourth. Gap of a length and a half to Late Night Joke. King Royalty on the outside. Trailing the field, it's Magnum Force. Paddock turned the first time. Major Crisis A on top here, shown the way by 2. Racing in second, Chief of Staff. On the outside, it's Image of a Rocker at third. Quarter time goes in 27-2. They're in the stretch for the first time. And Bruce Ranger has Major Crisis A, shown the way by a length. Chief of Staff is second. Image of a Rocker has dropped in third. Length back. Toe Tag is fourth, followed up by Late Night Joke. Next in line, King Royalty. And trailing the field at the back of the pack, it's Magnum Force as they swing around the clubhouse turn. Major Crisis A on the point here, driving up on the outside. Here comes Toe Tag. Toe Tag on the march on the outside. Down inside, Chief of Staff. Those two heads apart, second and third. Halftime goes in 57-2. They straighten out down the backstretch. Major Crisis A shows the way. 3 parts of a length. Toe Tag on the rim. Towards the inside, Chief of Staff. Right there in third. Late Night Joke on the outside. Covered up towards the inside. Image of a Rocker. King Royalty on the outside. And trailing the field, it's Magnum Force as they round the far turn. Major Crisis A takes them by 3/4 in 1:25-3. They're on the final turn. Major Crisis A on top, 3 parts of a length. Grinding away on the outside. Toe Tag. Chief of Staff bottled up towards the inside, racing third. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home. Major Crisis A has that lead. Shaking loose on the outside. Here comes Chief of Staff now, bearing down. And Chief of Staff on the outside puts ahead in front, battling back. Major Crisis A at the wire. They are heads apart. Time for the mile, 1:54-3. Circle number 4, Chief of Staff. A $1 million cam. Owned by Anthony Scussel, trained by Matt Medeiros, driven to a new lifetime record by Sean Gray. Chief of Staff pacing the mile in 1:54 3/5. Is official. Here is the order of finish. Number 1, Major Crisis A was second. Toe Tag was sixth. Late Night Joke, 7th. Chief of Staff, your race winner. King Royalty. The horses are on the track for race number 2. Upcoming second race, a condition pacing event. The purse, $12,500. And Jerry, driven by Kevin Switzer Jr. Scratch number 2, Winning Design. Number 3, Force and Fury. Owned by Mark Eaton, Bob McHugh, and Robert Griffin, driven by Matt Athern. Number 4, Tis a Dream In. Owned by Andrew Monty, driven by Drew Monty. Majestic Kiwi Inn, number 5. Owned by the Jesmerel Stable, driven by Sean Gray. Number 6, Mick Woodrow. Owned by Mike Raffam. And the TFD Shadewood Stable, Nick Raffam driving. And number 7, Bagpipe Major. Owned by Jan Dunaway. Bruce Ranger in the sulky. The starter. This field is in motion. They're off and pacing. There goes Majestic Kiwi Inn quickly out for the lead. Good start for Majestic Kiwi Inn. Far outside. There goes Bagpipe Major down inside. Tis a Dream In. Gap of 2 lengths to Twin BJ's racing in fourth. Gap of 1.5 lengths to Force and Fury. And on the field, Mick Woodrow. Paddock turn the first time. It's Majestic Kiwi Inn who draws clear. Majestic Kiwi Inn on top. Showing the way 3/4 of a length. Moving up on the outside. Tis a Dream In. Opening quarter on the board goes in 26 and 3. They're in the stretch for the first time. Driving up on the outside. Here comes Tis a Dream In. Battling back towards the inside. Majestic Kiwi Inn. Bagpipe Major third. Twin BJ's fourth. Length back Force and Fury. And true on the field, Mick Woodrow as they swing around the clubhouse turn. Tis a Dream In now on top by a full length. Back to second, Majestic Kiwi Inn. Bagpipe Major racing in third, moving up on the outside. There goes Force and Fury. Halftime goes in 54 and 4. They straighten out down the backstretch. Drew Monty has Tis a Dream In on top by a length. Motoring up on the outside, here comes Bagpipe Major. Bagpipe Major on the attack on the outside now, second. Majestic Kiwi Inn trapped in towards the inside, racing third. Twin BJ's fourth up on the outside. Force and Fury still trailing the field. It's Mick Woodrow, 3/4 here in 1:23 and 1. They're on the final turn. Tis a Dream In, hanging tough. Bagpipe Major right there on the outside. Those two heads apart up on the outside, going 3 wide. Here comes Majestic Kiwi Inn. They're at the top of the stretch and turn for home. And it's Tis a Dream In, and he's got the lead. Bagpipe Major right there up on the far outside. Here comes Majestic Kiwi Inn up the pylons. Twin BJ's, but in deep stretch, it's going to be Tis a Dream in front. Time for the mile, 1:52 flat. Victory by Drew Monty. Tis a Dream In pacing the mile in 1:52 flat. That's 2 in a row for third race pacers lining up and moving in. They're off and pacing from the inside. Dreams Are For You kicks out for the lead. Right alongside Little Power. Moving up on the outside at 3 wide. There goes Ideal Chance down inside. Ginger Tree Will racing in fourth. Sunshine's Finest is dropped in. A length back to Common Discourtesy. And true on the field, it's still in. Paddock turn the first time. Little Power on top here. Little Power leads it by a full length. Right there in second, Dreams Are For You. As they pace by the opening quarter in 27 and 4. And as they come by the stands for the first time, Kevin Switzer Jr. has Little Power at 2-1 on the point. Dreams Are For You right there in second. Ideal Chance third. Ginger Tree Will fourth. Length back to Sunshine's Finest. Followed up by Common Discourtesy. Still in at the back of the pack as they swing around the clubhouse turn. Little Power cruising along on the front end. Pocket Trip. Dreams Are For You right there tucked in. Racing in second. Length back in third. It's Ideal Chance. They're halfway home in 57 seconds flat. They straighten out down the backstretch. Little Power on top by length. Dreams Are For You right there in second. Ideal Chance. Ground saving third. Moving up on the outside. Here comes Sunshine's Finest. Sunshine's Finest on the march on the outside as they round the far turn. Little Power shows the way 3/4 of a length Moving up on the outside, here comes Dreams Are For You. Those two heads apart, 3/4 here in 1:26-1. They're on the final turn. Dreams Are For You on the outside comes on to get the lead. And Dreams Are For You at 7-1 draws clear, opens up by 2. Moving up on the outside, 3 wide from the back of the pack. Here comes Still In gaining ground. They're homeward bound, and it's Dreams Are For You showing the way. 4 outside is Still In from between horses. Sunshine's Finest. In deep stretch, it's going to be Dreams Are For You in front. Time for the mile, 1:55 flat. A 13-year-old big gelding by Western Hanover and a 4-stars it by Falcon Sealstar. Double for Sean Gray. Dreams Are For You. Pacing the mile in 1:55 flat.